Argentinian pianist Rosa Antonelli was the first soloist to perform a repertoire of only pieces written by Latin American and Spanish composers to a sold-out crowd at Carnegie Hall's famed Stern Auditorium. She returns to the hollow halls of one of New York's premier concert halls for the second time next week. Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure for me.
So how was it performing in Carnegie Hall? I mean, everyone knows Carnegie Hall. So what was the experience like?
When I performed before at Carnegie Hall, the small hall, but the big hall has a special meaning for everybody. I was very nervous when I rehearsed at the hall, and the hall was empty, and I was practicing, and I said, oh my God, this is too big. It's almost 3,000 people, and it's magnificent. The acoustic is wonderful. The magic of the history of the hall is very important.
And how do you prepare for a performance like this? It is Carnegie Hall, so like you said, it's 3,000 people. The history behind it. How did you prepare?
For a concert like this, I mean, for a soloist, every concert, I mean, we feel responsibility. We are alone on the stage, no? But for a concert like this, the demands are bigger, right? Because the program is longer, the audience expects something really, really important. So for some artists, it's the pinnacle of their career, all the history the hall has, and then we feel a lot of responsibility.
And you've made it your forte to do pieces by classical Latin American and Spanish composers. Why did you decide to do this? What was the inspiration to do this?
Oh, that is a very important question to me, because I was performing just the traditional repertoire until 2009, and in 2009 Albany Records asked me to record a CD with pieces different than the pieces that people usually listen to from Europe, not the traditional Chopin, Liszt, Beethoven, Bach. And I said, oh, why not classical Latino American composers, more in that time from Argentina. And the CD was called Esperanza, it means sounds of hope. And then I had a release of this CD at Barnes & Noble, and I was very, very excited because I said how the people in the United States are going to receive a whole CD with Latin American composers, classical, and besides that, the fact that many of the pieces were premiere. I mean, they never listened to them before. And then, in my surprise, after I performed, people said to me, whenever you play these pieces, I want to be there. And they were most American audience.
That's great. And for this performance next week, you're actually premiering 2 pieces. What can you tell us about them?
One is very surprising because Albéniz is a composer that most of the people know. And then he has this Champagne Waltz, who never was played in New York. Then I'm going to do he was inspired in the waltzes by Strauss, but it's a gorgeous piece, it's an 8-minute piece. And I, of course, before I research about what pieces people never listened before, right? Because one of my goals is to promote the Latino American and Spanish composers as much as I can, and then people don't feel that like Latino American music is only the popular music, which is salsa, mambo, merengue, which I love, but we have beautiful composers and the same level than the European composers. And the other piece is Janeo, 3 Argentinian dances from Argentina, a classical composer.
That's great. So this performance on next week is to benefit LULAC, which is the League of United Latin American Citizen Queens Council, and they offer scholarships and other opportunities for Latino youth here in the United States. What made you want to join with them for this benefit?
Because I really love to help young people to pursue their careers, and I know that many people, many Latino American young people don't have access to go to college. And then I feel sorry that they are smart, they are talented, and they don't work in what they will love to do. And then that moves me to do this benefit. And the more tickets we sell, the more scholarships we get.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you coming and talking to us about your upcoming concert at Carnegie Hall.
Thank you for having me here.
All right, and for everyone else, stay tuned for more at foxnewslatino.com.